There's a new FTC ruling that has a lot of online marketers scared, and frankly, it probably should have them scared. Why? Because this new ruling completely changes the rules of the game about the #1 form of proof that online marketers have been using, which is testimonials. And you know, as Frank Kern has pointed out, the sad fact is a lot of online marketers will simply go out of business in the wake of this ruling. Why? Because if they don't have the form of proof they've always used anymore, then what will happen is their sales will go down, they won't be able to convert prospects and keep their customers buying over and over, and many of them will just leave the game altogether. I think that's really sad, because the simple fact is online marketers have been missing a major form of proof that is even more powerful than these testimonials, and it's not affected by this ruling at all. In fact, it's exactly what this ruling calls for. I'm going to show you how you can marshal this powerful form of proof and put it to work in your business making money right away. And so you can turn this new ruling, the thing that has everybody else running scared, to your advantage to ramp up your profit. First, let's look at what the FTC ruling says. Now, I'm not a lawyer and I'm not giving legal advice, but what it says is really pretty clear if you look at their website, and you can look at what people like Frank Kern have to say about it as well. It says that if you're using testimonials that say, I lost 100 pounds with this weight loss product, I quadrupled my traffic in 6 weeks, or I made $1 million based on this coaching program, it's not enough anymore to say those results aren't typical. Now you're going to need to be able to say what typical results are. And that's what has many marketers scared, because the vast majority just can't say that. They don't have the evidence to show what the typical results are. So what do you do? In the wake of this ruling, how can they get the proof they need to convert their prospects? It's really simple. What they need to do, and I'd argue what they should have been doing all along, was getting the proof that's the most powerful of all, the gold standard, which is statistical data. When you can say 90% of my customers learned to make and produce a video with this program, or 85% were either satisfied or very satisfied with my customer service, or 90% of the people who took my course learned how to put up a continuity site, that's powerful proof. That proof is very, very persuasive. And guess what? If you do the job well, if you get this evidence the right way, you'll have the typical results that the FTC is looking for. How do you get this powerful form of proof? With surveys. This is the unique advantage of surveys, is being able to give you this kind of statistical data, this kind of powerful proof. And you can put a survey system in place simply, easily, and inexpensively that'll let you have that proof on an ongoing basis. All you need to do is put satisfaction surveys in place and make sure in those surveys that you're also asking people about their results and how far they came. That's all you need to do. And the top marketers have known that all along. The top marketers are doing that. When I've bought products from one top marketer in particular, every product I bought from him, and even the products I got for free, has had a satisfaction survey that landed in my inbox within a couple of weeks after getting the product. That's exactly what you need to be doing. And there's a bonus to using this kind of system. It'll let you find the ticking time bombs in your business before they explode, because it'll tell you when people aren't happy and aren't getting results with your products and services. So information like this is an absolute gold. Now, what about testimonials? Testimonials are such an awesome form of proof because they're stories that stick with your customers and your prospects. Well, you don't have to give up doing testimonials, you just have to be careful and make sure that they're within these FTC guidelines. And again, I'm not a lawyer, but if you have the data that let you know what typical results are, that's a huge advantage, because then as long as your testimonials are within that, you're probably going to be okay. The other thing you can do is to focus your testimonials on how satisfied people are, how much they like you, what a great marketer you are, how much they trust you, how wonderful your products and services are, how good your customer service is. Those are things that are certainly still within the FTC guidelines. Now, are those testimonials persuasive? Well, let's look at a testimonial that I got from a guy named Jorge Cruz. Jorge is a New York Times best-selling author. So he's a celebrity, but you know, even if he weren't, I think this testimonial would be very, very persuasive. Here's the testimonial that I got from Jorge. Jeannie's an amazing gal who's truly an exceptional, unique person who really understands the power of surveys. Surveys are just a different way to talk to people and find out a little about what they're doing and why they want to do it with you. The more you know, the better you can serve people. Jeannie's really been a genius at helping me understand that. She's helped me put a structure in place so that when I'm on the internet working with people, I can know what they really want so I can do a better job of giving them what they want. That's the key. But sometimes we think they want this when they really would rather do it this way. Surveys let us find that out. Whatever you're doing, whether it's finance or dating or relationships or just business on the internet, if you want to find out how to do it better, Jeannie's programs are fantastic. Anything she does, I'm always dialed into. She's just a genius at taking what you're doing and making it better so you can do it more effectively and reach the people you want to reach. If you get Jeannie's stuff, you're disciplined at it, it will transform your business as it has mine. Now, this testimonial doesn't have all the elements in the order that we typically have them, but I think it's very powerful. Jorge talks about the problem. You have to find out what your customers want so you can give it to them. He explains how our survey system helped him do that, and he explains the result, that it has transformed his business. So I think that's a very powerful testimonial. And if you have a survey system that you're using to get the kinds of statistical data that we just talked about, that will let you get testimonials quickly, easily, and inexpensively. Here's how. We have something called a testimonial generator. All you do is ask a simple satisfaction question which says, would you recommend this product to a friend? If the person says yes, you're going to ask him or her a follow-up question that says, great, what would you say to the person? That's where you get your testimonial. You just program skip logic, so if they say no, they wouldn't recommend it, you skip that question and go on to the next one. I just gave that testimonial generator away to you, and it's the exact one that I used to get 190 responses for a client. She got more than 100 testimonials she could put on our website right away. This testimonial generator works amazingly well, and it's a fabulous tool if you're doing surveys. So that's a second form of proof that you can still get while you're getting your statistical data. And there's a third form of proof, and that's case studies. If you're doing surveys in the way we talked about, it's very easy to go in, look at your satisfaction results, find some people who were really satisfied, hopefully who also got great results, and invite them to be part of a case study. The difference between a case study and a testimonial is, number one, it's in your words, not the words of the customer or client. And number two, it's a lot more detailed. It's a much longer story of where they started, how your process, how your product or your service helped them, and the results that they got. As with testimonials, when you do case studies, you're going to make sure that you follow the FTC guidelines, that you aren't talking about results that aren't typical, but these case studies are another powerful tool. So by putting a survey system in place in your business, you can have three powerful forms of proof to convince people. And you can have data that will tell you about the typical results the FTC is looking for if you do surveys well. But a lot of you are probably thinking, that's great, but I can't afford a survey consultant, and I understand that. I've had people pay me thousands and thousands of dollars to do just one good survey. I know most of the marketers out there can't afford that, particularly in this economy. Mike Koenigs and I know that. We've put together an affordable survey system. It's amazingly inexpensive. It has templates, it has worksheets, it has everything you need to get the job done. You can design a survey system for your business in probably about an hour. You can have your first survey ready to blast out to your list in just a few hours. If you want to learn more about how you can harness the power of surveys and get these powerful forms of proof, just click on the URL beside this video and you can get 20 free videos that will help you get started right away. And you can find out more about our powerful survey system, Turn Surveys into Cash.